Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Michelle. Today I'm just doing a really super quick all signs there for just the most important things we need to know for the coming week. So that will be from the 3rd of April week. So I'm just going to be using the Scrying Ink Lenormand deck today, and I do have with me this a guide for the Advanced Soul Book of Insights. So I will just grab each sign a small insight from that one. I might actually do those at the start of each sign there. So starting today with Aries. How are you, Aries? I've got the guide to the Advanced Soul Book of Insights here. So I'm just going to pick a random one for each sign. Okay, so today we have peace of mind comes from not wanting to change others, but by simply accepting them as they are. True acceptance is always without demands and expectations. Okay, so that's Gerald Jampolsky. Love is letting go of fear. So letting go of fear might be an important topic for us today, Aries. We're just looking at the most important thing for you to know this coming week from the 3rd of April onward. So I'll just be doing a quick 3-card draw for the Lenormand portion there. And I can always delve a little bit deeper if we do need. Okay, so firstly we have the dog, then the scissors or the scythe, as well as the garden card there as well. So basically, we're looking at making some changes within our friendships, within our platonic relationships. This is talking about changes. With the scissors in the middle there, you may need to sort of make some sudden cuts to certain friendships that aren't serving you anymore. If you do have certain people that you feel that loyalty with the dog there is in question, that needing to sort of cut and break from those situations there. Now the garden itself is a very sociable card, so it can also just be talking about, if you have been keeping to yourself a bit, making a bit of a change when it comes to how you're dealing with your friendship groups, being a little bit more social, getting out there a little bit more. So pretty positive message for you there, Aries. And just talking about, thinking about this week, the important things for you this week are going to be those friendships and making any changes necessary, within your friendships there. So that may even be a personal thing as well, cutting out any bad behaviors that you may be displaying to your friends there. If you feel that you have been a bad friend lately, now really is going to be the time to sort of get back out there, meet up with some friends, talk through things, that sort of a thing. So letting go of fear, as we saw with the insight thing there as well. So if you do have a bit of a fear of making new friends, this week is actually a really good time to sort of try to overcome that fear and get out there, put yourself out there a little bit, always with love, of course, and maybe it will be sort of rekindling friendships or bringing new friendships to light there as well. So friendships, the big thing of the week for you guys there. So next up we have Taurus. So Taurus, today I'm just using the Scrying Ink Lenormand deck there, as well as the Book of Insights, a guide for the Advanced Soul, a Book of Insights. So for you, we have change is never a loss, it is change only. So that's by Vernon Howard, The Mystic Path to Cosmic Power. So that might be a little bit of something happening for you guys this week to do with change and, letting those changes come on through without being too daunted by them, Taurus. Okay, so just doing a quick Lenormand draw for you there. What is important to Taurus this week? And we have the Anchor, the key, and the cross for you guys there, Taurus. So with the anchor, sometimes we do find a little bit of a stuck energy, but I'm not feeling that at all with this one today. I'm feeling that that's more about, you know, putting down those roots, you know, putting down those stable anchors in your life that are going to lead you to any success. They're going to open new doors for you this week. And with the cross there, any changes that you are making this week, they are sort of, you know, following your destiny, so to speak. They may be sort of spiritual changes, the way that you're thinking about things, you know, putting down some more solid anchors into your spiritual beliefs there as well. So, you know, the cross can talk about religion and spiritual beliefs as well. So, but with the key as the center card there, the key is all about success and all about opening those new doors for us. So you may see some really nice changes coming through for you this week, Taurus, and keeping in mind just you know, keeping that mind of, you know, setting anchor, you know, where you feel stable and secure in these changes that you are making this week. So just a quick reading today, guys, and we'll be moving straight along to Gemini. So Gemini, today I'm doing just quick little buzz readings for the most important things coming up to you this week, starting the 3rd of April. I'm using the Scrying Ink Lenormand deck today, and I do have the Guide for the Advanced Soul here, Book of Insights. So we'll just get started with a insight for you today. For you guys there, I feel that love is infallible. It has no errors, for all errors are the want of love. And that's by William Law there as well. So really focusing on love by the sounds of that this week, and just being in that love space. You know, it has no errors. So, you know, as long as you're coming from a place of love, I feel that that's going to be important for you this week, Gemini. To keep that in mind as well. So just a quick Lenormand draw for you there. What's most important for Gemini this week? What does Gemini need to know this week? Okay, so we have the mountain, the fish, and the letter. So looking like we might be getting some interesting communications coming through this week. Maybe towards the end of the week, but with the fish as your center card there, that is all abundance and financial success with the fish card there. So we might be looking at, you know, some financial news coming towards you this week. Certain things with the mountain, it may feel like it's been delayed, or it's a little bit of a challenge, challenging news as such, but the mountain is also an obstacle. So even if it feels like a bit of a challenge, remembering back to our insight today, make sure we're coming from a place of love and looking for the opportunities in every single challenge this week for you guys. And it could actually be leading you to some really great financial news or abundance there in your life. So that's actually a really fantastic little draw for you today. Like I said, just a quick reading today just to see what's most important in this coming week for us. So moving on to Cancer. Now, Cancer, today I'm just using the Scrying Ink Lenormand deck today, as well as we've got here the Guide for the Advanced Soul, Book of Insights. So we'll just start with a rough insight, an insight for you this week, what may be important for you this week. And we've got life is full and overflowing with the new, but it is necessary to empty out the old to make room for the new to enter. Now that's by Eileen Caddy, Footprints on the Path. Okay, so that's sort of talking all straight about those cycles, you know, getting rid of the old so that we can bring in the new. So we'll just get your Lenormand portion there, Cancer, and see what is the most important message Cancer needs to hear this week, beginning the 3rd of April. Okay, so we've got this stalk the mice, and then the clover. So with the mice in the center point there, we might be feeling having a few struggles at the moment, you know, once going back to that ending the old cycle, starting with the new. It may feel like a bit of a loss, certain things that you are saying goodbye to this week, ending those old cycles. They may be a little bit hard to end. It may feel like a little bit of a loss, things that have been nibbling away at you, you know, having to end out those sort of cycles there. But with the clover and the stalk, so the stalk is talking about those things getting stirred up. So those things that have been nibbling away at you, sort of getting a bit stirred up for you this week, and really having to sort of end those cycles out so we can bring in this new energy there. You know, the stalk does talk about new beginnings. It can talk about, you know, things in their infancy as well. But with the clover there, that will overshadow any negative component to that message for you this week. The negative is all about, you know, taking a bit of a risk, jumping in head first. It is a really good card of short-term good luck. So I'm feeling that that is really overpowering for you this week, that you're in a really great week. It's going to be a lucky week, so to speak. So, you know, anything that when you are ending out anything old and making space for these new things to pop in, it's bringing around some really beautiful luck for you guys as well. So sometimes life is just about taking a bit of a risk and, you know, getting rid of those old things that no longer serve us so that we can say hello to the new stuff. So moving on to Leo. So Leo, today we're using the Scrying Ink Lenormand deck there, and I do have this beautiful book, A Guide for the Advanced Soul, Book of Insights. So we're just going to check an insight for everyone today as well. So you guys, we've got: imagine the universe beautiful and just and perfect. Then be sure of one thing: it has has imagined it quite a bit better than you have. Okay, so that's by Richard Bach, Illusions. Now, Richard Bach, if you haven't read anything by Richard Bach, I highly recommend him. He's a wonderful writer and he's got some really great books out there. So that's just talking about, yeah, imagining that everything is already as is. It's already perfect the way that it is, and that trust in the universe, that the universe has this beautiful plan in mind and usually knows a little bit better than we do when we're stuck in our emotional side when it comes to things there as well, Leo. So might mean something to you guys this week to just sort of just trust that the plan for you is more beautiful than you can imagine, and everything is already perfectly in plan already. So we'll just draw a couple of Lenormand for you there for what's most important for Leo this week. What does Leo need to know this week from the 3rd of April? Okay, and we have there the lily, the letter, and the tree. As you can see there, this is a beautiful deck, by the way. We've got some beautiful watercolor images there. So the lily does talk quite a lot about longevity, things that you know, we want for the rest of our life type energy, and it is a very intimate energy as well. So it can talk about things that are, you know, quite close to our heart. And with that insight we've drawn for you today, you know, I feel that this is sort of talking about, yeah, the things that we imagine for our future, just trusting that those things can and will come about for you there. Because with the lily and the letter together, we may be receiving some news this week that is quite important news when it does come to things that are going to sort of have a longevity in our life, things that are going to be important for a long time to come. And then with the tree as well, we do find that this could be related to issues of self-growth, you know, that weathering any storm type energy there as well. So these foundations that we're laying down at the moment, whatever this news is that's got to do with something long term, it can be something to do with your career as well. The lily can have that that career in mind as well. But these things really are going to sort of be planting their roots now, so that they can grow big and beautiful in the future for you. So that looks like actually a wonderful week ahead for you guys there, Leo. Just keeping that in mind, just trust in the process. You know, plant those roots strong now, and you will see that big, beautiful tree when it comes, you know, when it grows, as it grows. That'll be beautiful. Oh, nearly lost my pen. Okay, so we're moving on to Virgo there. And Virgo, I am using the Scrying Ink Lenormand deck today, as well as we're just going to get a quick message from this book, A Guide for the Advanced Soul, a book of insights. So we're just sort of seeing what's in store this week. I just pulled this same page for Leo. So if you do have some Leo in your chart, there actually it wasn't Leo, it was Cancer, I believe. So if you do have that strongly in your chart, maybe have a look at that reading as well. But we've got life is full and overflowing with the new, but it is necessary to empty out the old to make room for the new to enter. So talking about, you know, those cycles, getting rid of the old, bringing in the new. That's by Eileen Caddy, Footprints on the Path, by the way. Okay, so what is most important for Virgo to know this week? So we're looking at the week from the 3rd of April. For Virgo, please. Okay, so we have the anchor, the moon, and the clouds. So straight away feeling that we might be a bit stuck in some emotional thought at the moment. So once again, when we're looking at that insight, when it was talking all about, you know, removing the old things in order to make room for the new, I feel that that's talking to you on a personal level this week, Virgo, talking about, you know, that emotional baggage that we might be holding on to, some things emotionally, things that have been sort of dragging us down a little bit there with that anchor. The moon is actually, it is a really beautiful card to do with beauty and luck as well. So it is quite a blessed card. It's sort of just letting you know, as the center card there, it is sort of, you know, you are going to be able to shine a bit of light on these situations this week. Anything that has been sort of on your mind when it comes to emotional stuff, you know, just remembering with the clouds there that, you know, always look for that silver lining, look for the things that we can get rid of, and how we want to proceed with, you know, creating those anew, and, you know, making those clouds shine brightly and fluffy, you know, so because the clouds are all about thought. But also with the combination of the moon and the clouds there, your intuition is going to be super important to you this week as well. So, you know, following that intuition, and taking on board those emotional suggestions your intuition is sort of telling you this week, going to be quite important for you to help move through these things that you may have been holding on to. Yeah, so moving on to Libra. How are we today, Libra? Just doing a quick reading today. Some important messages for you for this week from April the 3rd. I've got the Scrying Ink Lenormand deck there. But firstly, we are going to draw a page from this. It's a guide for the Advanced Soul Book of Insights there. So for Libra, we want to go with, whatever you can do or dream you can, begin it. Boldness has genius, magic and power in it. Begin it now. That's by Goeth. So obviously we're talking about, you know, that energy of starting something at the moment for you guys. So whatever that might mean for you personally, we're really in that energy of starting something right about now, giving you that strength and power, you know, to begin that thing that you've been thinking about beginning, or you know, taking that jump into the deep end with whatever it is for you, whether it be you know, love, career, otherwise. It's just sort of letting you know now it's safe to begin. Okay, so the important message we've got coming through for you for this week, we have the Tower, the Ship, and the Child. Okay, so with the Tower, that can be talking about things popping up from the past, but I feel for you it's actually talking about laying down some foundations, you know, taking the time to sort of sit up in your tower and think things through this week before you do sort of set sail into the unknown. So when we're talking about, you know, now's the time to begin things, make sure we are setting those foundations strong, you know, and sit up in your tower there. I do love that Rapunzel imagery with the tower, that you do need to take a little bit of solitude this week to make sure you're thinking through these beginnings that you're wanting to start, and then sort of with the ship in the center point there, setting sail, you know, loading up that cargo and taking off. You know, you may even be finding yourself traveling at this time. This week might be a week of travel for you. It could just be that sense of adventure as well. And with the Child card there, I'm really feeling that sense of adventure coming through, that sense of playfulness as well. So the Child card, I feel, is going to be just about sort of maintaining innocence in the way that we're looking at these new beginnings. You know, having that sense of joy and wonder and adventure when it does come to whatever adventure you're at, going into the world with this week. But yeah, also remembering that, you know, this might be something that you've been thinking about for a long time with the Tower there, but also remembering, yeah, we want to lay our foundations strong when we do sort of set sail, so that we've got that good standpoint to go from as well. So when we're beginning something new, strong foundations, but then, you know, set sail with that full sense of, you know, childlike wonder coming through there as well. So that's beautiful for you guys this week. Okay, so Scorpio, we are just doing some quick messages to get us through this week. What's most important for us this week, just in general there. I do have the Scrying Ink Lenormand deck there today. But firstly, we will be grabbing just a page from A Guide for the Advanced Soul, a book of insights for you there. Okay, so we've got, to be upset over what you don't have is to waste what you do have. And that's by Ken Keyes Jr., The Handbook to Higher Consciousness. So that's talking about gratitude. Okay, so it's talking about not getting stuck in the, oh, I don't have this in my life, I don't have that in my life. It's to stop and think about what we really are grateful for that we do already have in our life this week, Scorpio. So gratitude, I feel, is going to be an important player for you this week, and just stopping and thinking about all the things in our life that, you know, that do make us happy already, and the things, and how we are doing really well in certain things. You know, we may not be doing everything that we want to be doing with our lives, but, you know, being grateful for the steps that we are taking to get towards those sorts of things. So yeah, gratitude. Now with the Lenormand there, I'm just going to do a quick 3 cards for you. The most important things that Scorpio need to know this week, please. Okay, absolutely beautiful, Scorpio. We have the Letter, the Heart, and the Stars card for you guys there as well. So with stars and the heart, definitely that gratitude going to be important this week. And with the heart in the center position, it's really talking about making sure we're coming from a place of love this week with everything that we do. You know, make sure you are really feeling that love this week. But with the letter, there could be some really important loving communication headed towards you this week as well. So whether that's from family, friends, or, a love relationship, quite possibly from a love relationship, with the heart and stars there. But, the letter can talk about, physical letters, text messages, emails, phone calls, any sort of communication. So it's just a very strong communication coming towards you this week. Now it's looking like it will come from a place of love towards you as well. Now we've got the heart and the stars, and together that is absolutely beautiful. We all want a bit of love in our lives, whether that be platonic love or otherwise. But the stars really do talk about, reaching for your dreams, that wish fulfillment, all our wishes coming true. And so with the heart there, I do feel that for you guys, this might be important to remember that you are the star shining brightly in your own life as well. So you light up the darkness just as much as somebody may light up the darkness for you. So you yourself do shine brightly, and making sure we've got that shine on this week as well. So whatever that means for you guys there. But the stars really does talk about wish fulfillment. So whatever we have been sort of wishing on and manifesting, we're looking at the very strong possibility of some communication coming forwards about that this week. So something, those hidden desires, those hidden wishes that you may have been making or manifesting, definitely something coming towards you this week with that communication. So it could even just be, the most basic communication, someone sending you a text saying hi, but, it is coming from a place of love, and it is sort of developing into all your wishes coming true. So that is absolutely beautiful for you guys this week there. So good luck with that. Let me know how it goes. I want all the goss, please. Leave me a comment. Let me know. So moving on for Sagittarius there. Now, Sagittarius, just some quick messages. What's most important to us this week? We've got the Scrying Ink Lenormand deck there. But firstly, I will grab you a quick insight from this guide for the advanced soul. Now, we've got for you a long one. So settle in. Only in relationship can you know yourself, not in abstraction, and certainly not in isolation. The movement of behavior is the sure guide to yourself. It's the mirror of your consciousness. This mirror will reveal its content, the images, the attachments, the fears, the loneliness, the joy and sorrow. Poverty lies in running away from this, either in its subliminations or its identities. And that's by J. Krishnamurti. So it's actually talking about, that having that relationship with yourself, knowing yourself, the movements, the behaviors that you are displaying, being sure of yourself, being confident with yourself. If you're displaying negative behaviors, it's talking about those will get mirrored back to you. So if you display loving behaviors, those will get mirrored back to you as well. So this is really talking about, looking at your relationship with yourself this week. Okay, so we'll just quickly draw some Lenormand for you there, Sagittarius, to go with that. Now, what's going to be most important for Saggies to know this week, starting April 3rd, please? Okay, so we have the snake, the ring, and the book. Okay, so basically there with the ring in the center of this is once again, this is talking directly about relationships. As we see, it can be, a love relationship, a wedding, that, it could be a wedding ring, but it is just a ring. So it does talk a lot about cycles as well. But I feel that for you guys, this is, especially with that insight there, it's definitely talking about that relationship with yourself being the centerpiece of your week this week. So really needing to look at our relationship with ourselves. With the snake there, that sort of really does sort of tell me that, you want to stop and think about what is it that you're passionate about? What are your true desires and ambitions? The snake can talk really strongly about desires and ambitions, but there is also that element of, deception as well. So what are you deceiving yourself about? And really needing to focus more on what we truly desire. Being honest with ourselves when it comes to that relationship with ourselves. Like we discussed, if you are being deceptive to yourself, that's going to get mirrored back to you, and you will have deception head towards you. So wanting to really be honest with ourselves, remove any self-deception, and really focus on what our true desires and ambitions are, and being passionate about those. Because with the book there, heading into that energy of, you've got these new chapters beginning for you. So as long as you can do that sort of hard work, you will be able to write the new chapters in your life. That's what that relationship with yourself is all about. Being able to write your own story and being able to sort of start brand new chapters in life, the way that you want them written. Not letting things mirror back at you in a negative way, writing things the way that we want them to be written. So that's really talking about the possibility of some new chapters coming up very shortly this week for you. But also the main focus of this week, I feel, is definitely going to be, being honest with yourself and that relationship that you do have with your inner self and your higher self. So whatever that means for you there, Sagittarius. Okay, so moving on to Capricorn. We do have the Scrying Ink Lenormand deck today, Capricorn. We're just doing some quick messages of what's going to be most important for you this coming week, starting April 3rd. But firstly, I will be grabbing a insight from a guide for the Advanced Soul Book of Insights here. So we have for you guys, which already I love it. It says, be outrageous. People who achieve mastery have the ability to be outrageous. Now that's by Gita Bellin. So there we go, Capricorn, go wild. I love that for us. Not gonna lie, I do love that for us. I am a bit outrageous myself sometimes. Hence, I'm the crazy fairy, as you can see from my name there. But I'll quickly draw some Lenormand. What's going to be most important for Capricorn this week, please? Week starting April the 3rd. Okay, so we do have the house, the stork, followed by the coffin. Okay, so this is really talking about stirring things up on a home level, and with the coffin, we're really talking about, getting rid of some of the old cycles, bringing in, closing out things that no longer serve us. With the house there may be something physical house related this week coming up, Capricorn. But I feel that that's probably talking about, stirring up that sense of security. Like, what is it within your life that, coming back to that be outrageous sort of thing, what sort of things in your life you've just gotten too safe and secure in? Like sometimes when we're too secure and we're just doing the same old, it can sort of, it feels safe and secure, but, it's sort of really telling us this week that we need to stir things up a little bit with that stork energy, if we really want to start these new cycles with the coffin coming through as well. The stork is really about stirring things up. It can be about, things in their infancy as well, so new beginnings, new starts, those sorts of things. And with the coffin there, I feel that the new factor is going to be important as well. It's just sort of telling us, I think, to, close off those things that are holding us down, that are keeping us rooted to the spot, closing those things off. They're not necessarily bad things, but we do need to sort of, move into some movement, I feel, this week, closing down anything that is sort of holding us back a little bit, and stirring up some new changes for ourselves. So this could be talking about, like cycles that we find ourselves in within life. But yeah, the house card really does talk about that sense of stability. So I feel like it's we're too stable and secure at the moment. We really need to sort of stir things up and bring some new energy back in, with the coffin card there as well. Yeah, basically maybe ending a certain cycle or situation that has sort of got us feeling a bit sort of stuck in one place. It's I feel that it's telling us that it's safe for us to move this week. So it could even be a physical move when it comes to having the house card there. Could be the ending of a particular home situation, that sort of stuff as well, if that resonates for you. Okay, so moving on to Aquarius. How are we today, Aquarius? We're just doing a quick reading today when it comes to important messages for this coming week, from April the 3rd. We've got the Scrying Ink Lenormand deck there. But firstly, we'll just draw some quick message from this, a guide for the advanced soul. Okay, so we have got: yesterday is but today's memory, and tomorrow is today's dream. Now that's by Khalil Gibran, the prophet. Okay, so yesterday is today's memory and tomorrow is today's dream. So I feel that that's talking a lot about, in that energy of, the present energy, and looking forward, dreaming what we want for the future, and letting the memories of yesterday pass on by. So I'll draw some Lenormand for you quickly there. We've got for you today, Aquarius, we've got the Sun, the Moon, and the Garden cards there. So the Sun and the Moon together, that's actually really beautiful, because we're talking about, that warmth and positivity. Obviously, it's opposite. The Moon does speak a lot about beauty and luck. We've got some really positive things coming through this week. We do see the Garden card there as well. So that talks about your social life quite heavily there. But basically, yeah, just having that sense of happiness coming through, following your intuition with the Moon, and maybe getting out there a little bit more this week, meeting up with people, that sort of a thing. That's a super quick message for you guys today, but definitely super positive with that Sun there that, like I said, talks about happiness. So we're looking at a really happy, super happy week for you guys. But yeah, just following that, following your intuition and really trying to live in the present, I feel, for you guys at the moment as well. So for Pisces. Hi Pisces, how are we today? Just got the Scrying Ink Lenormand deck there today, and I am doing just a quick little insight for you from the guide for the advanced soul, book of insights there. So for you guys today, we have got: giving means extending one's love with no conditions, no expectations, and no boundaries. Peace of mind occurs. Therefore, when we put all our attention into giving and have no desire to get anything from or to change another person, the giving motivation leads to a sense of inner peace and joy that is unrelated to time. Okay, so that's by Gerald G. Jampolsky. Love is letting go of fear. So it feels like we're really talking about giving this week, and that sense of giving and what that means for you. Whether it just be your energy, your love, actual things that this week. But we'll see what the Lenormand has to say as to what's important for you this week from the April 3rd. Now we have for you, Pisces, the Sun, the Clover, and the Anchor. Okay, so with the sun there and the clover there, both of those cards are extremely happy, lucky sort of cards. So we've got some really lovely energy headed your way this week, Pisces. And with the anchor, that does sort of talk about, the things that hold us together, the things that hold us, anchor us down to our sense of self. So maybe that's why the giving message was important for you this week. Maybe it is important for you to give just a little bit more of yourself this week, and you really will see that paying out to you with the sun and the clover there as well. The clover talks a lot about good luck and short-term luck. Maybe taking a risk, jumping out on a limb, trying something new this week. And with the sun, definitely highly protected this week when it does come to what's important for you to know. It's important for you to know that happiness is prevailing for you this week, Pisces. So that's and the sun's sort of shining down upon you, giving you that warmth and that loving sort of good luck, which is absolutely beautiful for you guys there. So yeah, thinking about the things that sort of anchor us to ourselves and anchor us to this world might be really important for you this week as well. But thank you guys for watching. I know it was just a super quick reading today, but I will get back to you guys later in the week with some extra messages and see how we're all going. Leave me a comment if you've got any suggestions on things that you would like for me to read for you guys, and I'll see what I can do. Thank you.